item up. Okay, this one. This is like one of these all-encompassing must-have tools that you have loved, that we now have. More just arrived on this baby, and it's a sale price. It goes up at the end of the day. More finally arrived. It's a rake. It's a weeder, it's a digger, it's a spreader, it's a plow. It's like a lot of tools in one. This is not Grandpa's old hoe. Furrows for bulbs and potatoes and plants and so much more. And Ginger's back to take us through what this fiberglass and stainless steel garden hoe is all about.
I'll tell you what, it's
what are we seeing here?
I'm so happy you're doing that up close because
wow.
the style of a garden hoe has not changed in over years until we have this one. So if you're familiar with the Spearhead garden shovel, it's the same company, the same guy, Julian Matthew, who has invented this new garden hoe. It's like 6 tools in one.
I know this guy.
And I'll tell you what, he's great.
Obsessed.
He's great. I mean, he wanted to take what we already know and make it better. How can you make it better? By making it exactly like this. And as you said, it's like 6 tools in one. You have that very sharp end. This is all stainless steel. You have 2 rivets. It's made out of a fiberglass, which means it's going to be just over 2 pounds. You also have 2 wonderfully cushioned grips so that if you do want to do any of your gardening, which by the way, 59.5 inches.
Yeah.
You don't have to bend down.
So in the 5 minutes.
You don't have to pull anything. Yes.
Let's go through
let's do that.
The number of things it can do and why. Give me the shapes and go for it.
Okay, so here, weeding, you have that rake that's built in,
Great.
okay? You can do your regular garden hoe. By the way, I don't want to touch that because this is so super sharp.
So this becomes the garden hoe.
Yes, it gets super sharp. Turn it over, now you can mix in your soil amendments. Anything goes through that window. It's called a blade window. So now what you're doing is you're really taking your time. Who has a whole lot of time to do all of that work? I don't have a whole lot of time. So what you can do in 15 minutes would otherwise, with that other garden hoe, take you about an hour.
2,400 to go around. Keep going. We're not done yet.
Of course, you have that precision, like really sharp end that's on right there too. So if you want to dig, if you want to make a hole, if you want to plant any of your new plants that you're just ordering.
Or you want to weed and you don't want to hurt the plant.
You want to weed, you can weed with this, or you can get around that plant.
That's what I'm saying.
Any kind of a delicate area that you want to. And in fact, I've got like a couple of simulated weeds that are over here. Anything that you want to be able to do.
As much as we can do in February in a studio.
Exactly. So digging those weeds, because let's face it, weeds are the first thing that pops up in your garden, and then you get your gorgeous flowers. If you want to be able to do that to just kind of get around your plants, now you can do it.
I get the idea. I get the idea.
If you want to dig, look at that.
To plant, to get ready to plant.
And now I can put my bulb
goes
right
in.
on in there.
Nice.
And then guess what I can do? I can bury that bulb. I can pack the soil down around it.
Yeah,
and
this guy Julian,
getting down on my
this
knees.
is like he invented, like reinvented tools
it,
that have been around for a long time.
That's right. And you can see on the video too, because Julian took the time to take his garden and really do everything that we all love. It's really kind of very satisfying.
200 ordered, 2,300 remaining. That's some of the weed whacking right there,
wonderful.
Right?
Removing those weeds between the tiles and the bricks.
Keep going.
Without getting down on my hands and knees.
Okay.
Cleaning up that surface, removing the weeds and the debris along the borders.
Because that point allows you to get in there.
That's that point. You can get underneath things. How about removing the weeds and the debris along your borders? Cleaning up that surface, making the furrows for bulbs, for potatoes, for any sort of plants that you're purchasing today. How about that? Let's not get down on our hands and knees and use those muscles that we haven't used in a long time. How about making raised beds? Now you're able to do it in a matter of moments. Of course, we sped it up. If Julian moved that fast, I would be really impressed. But that just gives you an idea of how easy that it is with one tool. And then, of course, mixing in your fertilizer. If you have any fertilizer, you have that window that you can do that. Digging holes for individual plants now becomes not a laborious chore. Draining puddles for water. How about spreading mulch around plants?
This is actually one of the most
impressive.
One of the most impressive videos I've ever seen for a tool.
It just goes on and and on, and it's lightweight, just a little bit over 2 pounds.
Which is really important for a lot of us, right? Oh, 2 pounds?
It is.
Come on, nothing. A gallon of
That's
milk is like
nothing.
8 pounds, just to
That's
give you an
nothing.
indication. So it's a one-handed tool if you want to, easy to grip. It's also long, so not hurting my back while I'm doing my work, right?
Even you're tall, and you don't have to worry about standing or bending down and using those muscles. So now you can do everything while you're in that standing position and getting down into and getting around to do your weeding, to do anything that you
Not
need to
gonna
do.
rust, fully assembled when
That's
you get
right.
it.
Fully assembled
So
when you get it.
Get it now for the next couple thousand people. It's an expiring price. 400 people are shopping right now. More just arrived on it. So we're busy on the phone. So 1-800-345-1515 or the app is your friend, QVC.com. People
Super
are just
sharp.
joining us right now, and they've never seen this, but they have seen this. That goes back, a couple hundred years, right?
Well, let's
I
look
don't
at
even
the
know
difference.
when the hoe was created,
Probably
so
since
I don't know
Egyptian
here.
times. I don't even know. But that only will spread soil. This does absolutely everything else. It's a weeder, a rake, a hoe, a digger, a spreader, and a plow. Everything that you need. And you know what? You have those windows that are right there. This is absolutely genius. Now you can spread your fertilizer. You can do everything. On the flip side, I'm going to see if I can get in there and show you. It is sharpened on the flip side. So this is not something, where is the camera here? Okay,
right there.
There you go. I don't even really want to touch that. So there you can see, look at the edges. He wanted to make sure you got a very precise instrument that was going to do exactly what you wanted to do. You're not going to have to fight with this. So both sides are sharpened, and we'll get that job done in just a matter of moments.
I know. Wonder if we have any plants that you can also plant. Yeah, coming up next hour, an entire hour of Cottage Farm. So stay tuned. It's our garden event. So this is an incredibly impressive video that it doesn't do just one thing. Talk about a multifunction tool, Ginger.
It is. It really is. Removing those. That's my part. That's my problem right there. Any tool that does all of this for me, I have got to have in the front of my garage, ready to go, ready to get it done. In the beginning of the season, before you start to do all your planting, this is when you're cleaning up your garden. You're making your furrows for bulbs and plants and any potatoes or any of the plants that you're just ordering today.
I'm 72021. Good to have you here.
Great to be here.
Good to have you back. The sun is shining. Ginger's back in the studio. I'm going to say goodbye to this 2-hour show and then say hello to